Still no comment from Marissa Mayer, the CEO of Yahoo. Her new policy ordering employees to stop working from home is now the talk of the business world. Kara Swisher got a hold of the memo, broke the story for All Things D, a blog owned by Dow Jones. Kara's with us for an interview you'll see only on CBS This Morning. Good morning, Kara.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. So, wow, the reaction to this story has been fierce. You broke it, then on the front pages of the New York Times and the USA Today. Were you surprised by the reaction?
No, I knew it was a hot button issue. We only did a very short story about it and then got a hold of the memo after it was released internally because people were so angry and the level of anger inside of Yahoo was so high. I thought this is a really hot button issue. But it's really blown up because I think it talks about especially women in the workplace, because a lot of women do use work at home, but a lot of people in Silicon Valley, it's the same thing, engineers. It's a looser culture in terms of work flexibility, and so it hits a nerve with a lot of people.
Yeah, let's get at that issue, because many people agree with Marissa that, in fact, you need collaboration, and she's in a tough place. She's trying to rescue a company that hasn't been doing well, and collaboration is a good thing. On the other hand, there are people who say there are those who can only work at home because of whatever responsibilities they have, and there ought to be a better way to handle this than the way she handled it, almost tone deaf.
Well, yeah, it's a blanket edict. I mean, that's really, I think, the issue. And she's kind of known for that. She was known for that at Google. And so I think what's happening is she's got to turn around this company, and it's in a difficult position, and she feels she needs to apply this heavy medicine. She started with the nice stuff, the free phones, the free food, aren't we a happy workplace? And she's got to now take very stringent, she thinks she has to take these stringent measures.
All right, Kara, I have to ask you about Maureen Dowd, who spent her last two columns talking about women in Silicon Valley. And so today she writes this, quote, "Many women were appalled, noting that Mayer, with her penthouse atop the San Francisco Four Seasons, her Oscar de la Rentas, and her $117 million five-year contract, seems oblivious to the fact that for many of her less privileged sisters with young children, telecommuting is a lifeline to a manageable life." So let me ask you this. Why does Marissa Mayer need to be a role model for all working women and moms?
Well, she doesn't. I'm not sure what her penthouse has to do with anything. I think what people were more upset about the nursery in the workplace that she's built at her own expense. I'm not sure what the penthouse has to do with anything. But she doesn't want to be that. I think she said a lot of things that has caused controversy about it being easy to have the baby coming back really quickly. I don't really think that's the point here. I think it's a question of what kind of workplaces do we want, and should they be edicts from the company that had done something different before? And I think a lot of people want to talk about this instead of just having it handed down to them. But, she's running the company, so she can do whatever she wants. And
what's your opinion of this whole thing? Your opinion? You know this community.
I'm sorry?
I mean, in other words, do you think that she's right to insist on this?
I think it's a little bit cloddish in its execution. I think that's the issue. I think it's a very valid point that you have to have collaboration inside a company. No other company in Silicon Valley does this, and they allow this flexibility. Whether Yahoo's at that dire a state that she has to apply this much pressure, I don't know. I mean, she was very upset about people not being at the workplace, at parking lots being empty. Apparently she told the meeting that she did a survey of the VPN usage of at-home people, and they did not show up, and so she was mad about that. So maybe she feels this is her only recourse. I think tarnishing work at home is the issue. She could have just fired those people who weren't working from home. And so that would have probably been a better thing than this, and now she's pulled herself into a controversy.
Kara Swisher, thank you very much. Congratulations to you.
No problem.